Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today it's all construction related, so grab your hammers and nails and let's get straight into it. I may have so many topics to discuss that I'm unsure how on earth I'm gonna montage this, so here we go. So what we're gonna cover today is construction buildings, construction UI and shortcuts, construction rubble, why you're hiring way too many beavers than you need, how beavers build stuff, how to efficiently build major projects, and also we're gonna discuss a bit about the fancy new platforms introduced in update 6 and how to efficiently use them. Let's start with our first topic, construction buildings. There are a total of 2 construction buildings you can have. You have the district center, which hires 4 beavers, and then you got the builder's hut, which can hire 4 more beavers. In regards to district centers, you're going to place as many as you like with the condition that they do not intersect with each other. However, there's no limit on building builder's huts. Now let's move on to the construction UI and shortcuts. Let's start with visible layers. In some cases, you might end up needing to fix something between layers. Well, there's a way to do that. Basically, just as I did over here, zoom in and try to select the item, which is a bit tricky, but what you can also do is actually use this button over here called visible layers. You can manually lower it by clicking the button up or down, or you can click on the number and then drag your mouse down or up, down or up. Let's assume that I wanted the lowest sluice to modify over here. I can drag it to the lowest amount of level and then simply select the sluice, do my job, modify whatever I want over here, and then raise it back up. That's basically how layers work. Moving forward, you've noticed that when you're building stuff, the water gets transparent. But when you're not building anything, the water stays visible. If you want to modify this behavior and always have water transparent, there's a button over here, hide water or show water. The keyboard shortcut is also T and you can use it. The next shortcut will help us sync our buildings from far away. Let's take this ravine over here. Basically, let's assume that we would like to make a dam stretching from this part of the platform to the other side. Now, the way I can do it, if we want to start from the other side too, is to manually go and randomly place objects down. However, that will not guarantee me a proper way to build stuff. What I can do to make sure 100% that I'm building the stuff properly is to hit X on the keyboard and then this funny guide will appear. And now it's super simple for me to sync the buildings to make sure that it always follows the line that I'm targeting. So in this case, I should be building over here. Let's delete this road. And now let's continue our levees build. And if you always want these guides to be up, you can also hit this button over here or toggle it with Shift X. And now I always have the guide online for me to cover. And we're gonna build the dam up like this. Perfect. Now let's move on to the next shortcut. When you're building stuff, you can prioritize which building to be done first by actually pressing the construction priority. There are in total 5 priorities. By default, it's tilde. If you want to give it slightly higher priority, and then highest priority, or lowest priority, or slightly lowest priority. And if you want, for example, to select the entire dam and give it a standard priority, let's say very low, for example, I can just select this and I'll give it low. If you want to the whole project, you go to the top area and give it low. And here we go. I have the full dam as low priority. Perfect. Now let's discuss about the built objects. When you're demolishing a building, you can press the delete button, and then there will be a pop-up screen with all the materials you're going to get back once the building is deleted. However, you can also instantly delete an object by pressing Shift Delete, and the pop-up will completely be ignored. Whilst we also have the rubble around, the rubble can only be picked up by the building beavers. They cannot be picked up by haulers and neither by normal beavers. Let's test it out. Over here I have a hauling outpost with 5 members, and I'm gonna pause the district. I have enough space to store the water. Let's also put a place to store the planks and the logs. Okay, so now I'm gonna pause the game and watch the rubble. Even though the water is not a construction material, no one will pick up the rubble, not even the haulers. The only way to pick it up is to actually unpause the builder's hut, and as you can see, the 2 builders started carrying the stuff. They're gonna also carry the water once they finish. Great, they go to sleep. Let's speed it up until morning comes. And as you can see, they also picked up the water. Let's check that indeed. Yes, they are the builders that are doing this. So whenever you're deleting stuff, the only people that can pick it up are the builders. Let's also discuss why you're hiring way too many builders. Let's take the following example. I'm going to have 4 beavers from the district and then 8 beavers from the builder's hut. I'll place them on high priority just so we make sure we always got beavers here. Now, let's start by asking and answering a few simple questions. The first question would be, how tall can beavers build? Beavers from the ground, they can build up to 2 high. We can see this right now. They are building and they won't be able to reach the 3rd block. Therefore, they can only build 2 high. Now, let's see another scenario. Let's ask the next question. How low can beavers build? Well, for whatever reason, they seem to have pretty long hands, as currently there's absolutely no limit to how low the beavers can build. As you can see, they have absolutely no problem reaching 3 tiles down. They can build to infinity. Also, this opens up the next question: how beavers deliver the materials to the building location. Let's make a 3x3 platform, and on top of it, plonk a housing. And also, of course, a stair to complete the project. And let's see the beavers work. As you can see, they have started delivering the logs, but nothing for the large barrack. all of the logs delivered are for the platforms behind the barracks. So don't expect the beavers to deliver the stuff up until all the platforms are fully built. Here we go. Now that they have finished all of the platforms, they are finally starting building the large barrack. The same thing happens for the dam. Basically, up until this levee isn't built, they won't start delivering materials for the next levee. Now you can see based on this that the efficiency may drop by a ton. So let's go back to the original thing where we wanted to build a dam. Now let me explain the setup. Basically you want to build a dam over here. They're gonna build only from this side and there's nothing around the dam. Only the simple dam, just like you would build it in your playthrough. Let's see how many days it will take for the beavers to build the entire dam. And here we go. It took 46 days to build the entire dam. Now let's delete the entire project and retry it by improving it. Now we have the same exact scenario, but this time we're gonna improve it. We're gonna place a road that goes over here, and this will allow beavers to build the first layers in parallel, the first two levels. Then on the other side, we're gonna come with platforms one tile away from the dam. So I'm gonna place it like this. A stair, and then come with roads. Perfect. Apart from this, let's build roads on this other side too, so we can get over there. Now with the scaffolding done, we will come with more platforms and put them at halfway over here, for example. 4 here, 4 here, and 4 here. And then come down like this. Okay, it looks like we're gonna need another one. And another one over here. And now stairs. And also roads. This is one. Let's do another one on this side. And now let's give them wood and lumber on both sides. So basically this will be our setup at the moment. And actually no, we can also improve it even further. And now, with this setup done, basically this will be the things that we're gonna build. I'm going to prioritize firstly the scaffolding. And now, let's watch how much time they're gonna take to build the entire thing. I'm gonna give them lumber as they need. Basically manually doing the hauler's job for now. And let's firstly, to have a fair start, let's wait for night time. Here we go. And let's give them the beavers. And now let's roll the montage. And stop. Here we go. Here it is, the same exact dam, built in 16 days. That's 2.8 times faster than the previous method. Almost 3 times to be more exact. Now that it's built, we can actually destroy the scaffolding and then we can collect the resources back from it with absolutely no problem. Of course, since I'm in dev mode, the rubble will not spawn, but you get the gist of it. And this thing was built only using 12 beavers. Now let's boost a bit this thing and get more than 12 beavers. To 24 beavers this time. And let's redo the project again. So now we have the dam built back. Let's assume that we have also access to fancier stuff, like steel. Let's put down a steel storage. And this time, to help with our building, we're gonna employ the use of overhangs. Then some platforms. As you can see, I didn't follow the guidelines, so let's actually trigger the guidelines. Here we go. And some platforms. Actually, this one is not needed. And let's place another overhang. And again a triple platform. And another overhang. And again a triple. Another overhang. And over here, let's finish with the same setup that we had before. Also the setup where it goes up. Some paths. And right here in the middle, another triple platform with a overhang. And then with single platform. And some roads. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Here we go. And similarly, we're gonna boost the priority of the scaffolding firstly. Perfect. So let's see, we got 24 beavers in total. Let's pause everyone up and wait for night time. Here we go. Let's unpause everyone Make sure they have enough water, enough logs. I'm gonna continue refreshing the amount of logs since these are the most important ones. And let's see the construction in action. And here we go. Although they finished on day 11, I consider that they kinda finished on day 10. That's just so we can do the math way easily. Basically, using 24 beavers and overhang platforms reduced the time from 16 days to 10 days. That's a 1.6 times increase. Compared to the original 46 days, that's actually a 4.6 times increase. From my point of view, if you're not building multiple projects, it's perfectly fine to just have like 12 to 20 beavers working at building stuff. With the mega project complete, let's now discuss about the platforms that were introduced in update 6. They enable us to do some pretty horizontal building tactics. Let's discuss about how to cover your farm. With overhangs, you cannot build for underwater plants a one high tile. It needs to be two high tiles. So in my case, I need to firstly place a platform down, and barely then it will work to be put on top of aquatic things. Now for plants. On normal plants, the platforms can be placed on carrots, potatoes, and the wheat with absolutely no problems as one tile high. Similarly, for berries and dandelions, it's the same thing. However, for sunflowers, it doesn't work. We're gonna need to put a platform firstly down and raise it by one level. So the sunflowers need two high. For the trees, if we want to cover them up, one does not work on neither of the trees. Let's place a platform down and then start placing the overhangs. Two does not also work, so it's not okay. Let's put a second platform down and let's see on 3. On 3, now it fully works for trees also. The only problem you might encounter is some clipping when the trees will grow up. Another thing that you can do is for the buildings that you cannot build on top, you can use platforms to actually override this. Let's check this large tank, for example. I can come in with platforms over here. Most likely 2 are enough. And now I can build on top of it with no issues. Similarly, for the city district, I can go behind it, build some platforms. I think 4. Let's test it out here. It doesn't work. We're gonna need one more. And let's see. Yes. So city district is 4 platforms plus the overhang high. Similarly to decorations. If we have decorations, we can place platforms around it. Let's see, this should be enough, maybe. We're gonna check it. Yes. So this type of decoration needs 3 platforms and the overhang to be filled. Actually, because it's in water, that means it needs 4 platforms. Now let's check this decoration over here. I think this should be fine. Nope, we're gonna need one more. And here we go. It seems like decorations are 4 high at the moment. And yeah, that's the gist of it. The same with farms. We can leave them below or try to make them up. Let's do a building montage, shall we? And here we go. We can plant everything we want downstairs. We can fill up the 3x3 puddle, and we can store the water, we can store the goods from the farms, and also the farms almost cover the entire Greenland area. And that's how you do it. And for my final topic, based on other videos I've done, some of you really love my tutorials and come for more. You have no idea how much that brings me joy. However, only 2.3% of you are subscribed to my channel. If you enjoy this type of content that teaches you new stuff and want to see more in the future, please do make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment about what you've learned new in this video. Subscribing for you is just a click away. For me, it means a lot, as if I reach 1000 subscribers, YouTube will buy me coffee for the rest of the months ahead. With that said, Badger out.